Welcome to this video, and in this video I want to share with you and kind of give you an idea of my mindset and how I perceive money. So the first way I kind of perceive money is I ask myself, how can I have my money work for me? Because there's only 24 hours in a day and we're all busy, and we have school, some of us have work, some of them have families, other obligations, and we can only dedicate so much to each thing. So to me, there's only so much you can make in a day. So the way I kind of perceive money is that, I ask myself, how can I have my money work for me? Because the great thing about money is when you deploy it out and you invest into a company, into a real estate, or into anything, any assets that generates more money, is that you don't have to be there. You could be sleeping, and you could still be making money. So if, let's say, you have an online business, and you set that up and it's automated where people purchase it, and it kind of gets, you don't have to do much. You don't have to send it out or anything like that. Maybe like you're on Amazon and Amazon fulfills that for you. Well, you could make money while you sleep. So that's one way to think about money, is that, hey, how can I have it work for me so I could generate more money? And you don't have to be there, every day going into work, clocking in, and to make money, to trade your time for money. The second way I kind of think about money and kind of things are, when I go shopping and stuff like that, I kind of observe and I'll kind of notice what people are buying. Stores that I'm going to, products that I see that people are purchasing, and then once I see something that people are buying a lot, or maybe I see a store where it's very crowded or something like that, then I will jot that down, that store or that product down, and then I'll go home and do some more research, kind of find out if that company is on the public market. Can I be owners of that company? Can I benefit from it? Because the reason why is, think about this. Let's say you invest into a company, right? Let's say Apple, and Apple reports earnings, and they beat expectations and stuff like that, because consumers are buying their products and they're using it and stuff like that. And why not benefit from it? Why not benefit from Apple's business and stuff like that? And they provide dividends and stuff like that. So why not, if they're doing well, you'll do well as an investor and stuff like that. Another way of thinking about this is, instead of thinking of it as a consumer, so let's say the new iPhone 13 just announced, right? And a lot of people will upgrade, and some people, diehard Apple fans, will upgrade. They'll upgrade every year. They want the latest and greatest stuff. So those people are consumers, and I try to think as myself as not a consumer. I don't want to I don't need the latest and greatest thing. I don't need the iPhone 13 and then the following year the iPhone 14 or anything like that. I'm happy with what I have, just as long as it gets, the job done. I can make calls, I can surf the net, I can research, I could text people. That's totally fine with me until the product breaks down or something like that. So, but the way I kind of think about it is that why not invest in the company? So, like I said before, when they do well, if you're an investor, you will do well. You'll get those dividends from the profits that they make and stuff like that, and the price gains. So try to think of it not as a consumer, more of a consumer, but try to think of yourself as an investor. What can you invest in that will generate more money for you? And then also, you want to be able to produce stuff, and then so how can you give value to the market and stuff like that? So if it's with your time, your money, your knowledge, something that will kind of that will help you generate more money so you can invest more in. And then the third thing that the way I like to think about stuff and money is a quote from Kevin O'Leary. And one of his quotes here, as you can see, let me pull this up. And in this quote, he says, "Money is my military. Each dollar is a soldier. I never send my money into battle unprepared, undefended. I send it to conquer and to take currency prisoners and bring it back to me." So this quote, in my opinion, holds real true. So he thinks of his money as an army, and he wants to go out, send them out, and capture more prisoners and build up his army. Same thing like with your money. If you think of it like, hey, what can I deploy my money into to bring in more money so I can grow my army of money, my pile. And then from there, you could, let's say you invest into a company XYZ, and you're able to 5x your money in a couple of years, and then learn and you decide to, hey, you know what, I'm going to exit out of this position. Maybe the story changed or something. You don't like how the new management is doing or anything like that. So you decide to pull your money out, you 5x your money, and you look into another company or two to invest in. And instead of putting the whole thing, you split your money because you grew your money. So now you could invest in 2 stocks or 3 stocks and grow that money some more. So that's a good way to think about it. It's like, how can I grow my money, grow my army, and send it out into the world to capture more money and more people, however you want to think about it. So that's a good, to me, this quote is very good. I like to kind of keep that in mind. And then here's another quote that he mentions too, and it's pretty much the same thing. It's so here's how I think about my money. Soldiers, I send them out to the war every day. I want them to take prisoners, come home, so they could, so there's more of them, and when there's no soldiers, you're wiped out. So this analogy is kind of true to money, right? So if you send it out and you make more money, you have more money to invest in more stocks. But if you start losing money and you have no more money / soldiers, then you can't invest anymore. So it's good to kind of prepare yourself by looking into companies, doing your research, and making sure that you have a good margin of safety to invest into a company or into a stock, so you could so you're not worried about, oh, I bought it too high and now it's tanking and now I lost money. But if you have a margin of safety, then you know that, hey, you know what, the margin of safety is so good that I don't see myself losing money unless it goes bankrupt, which is it happens, but it doesn't happen that often, especially if you do your research. So I just kind of wanted to share with you kind of my thought process and kind of how I think about money, and how some of these quotes kind of help me change my mindset and kind of think about, like, okay, what companies can I invest in? How can I grow my money? How can I make my money work for me? And then learn also, think of my money as soldiers. How can I deploy them so they can kind of capture more money and grow my army and stuff like that? So hopefully this helps. Hopefully you kind of find this way of thinking kind of helpful, and hopefully this will kind of help you kind of think of how you could grow your money, how can you grow your soldiers and stuff like that, and make more money out there. All right, so you guys take care, and then you guys have a good day.